Before I go into a bus and travel to the countryside for my mother's burial, I just want to share this video about the recent melee changes. Before you go ranting somewhere about your Redeemer Prime being nerfed to the ground, let me tell you this. Redeemer Prime can still hit hard if you mod it properly. The past Redeemer Prime, wherein you just mod it with gas, and then use its charge attack, is gone. Now, it's all about properly modding this weapon against a specific faction. If you take a look at my build, you can quickly notice that I'm using Corrosive and Blast, which is suited for armored enemies. A Gas and Magnetic Redeemer Prime will be suitable for Corpus units, and that's how it should be. It may seem a big nerf for Redeemer Prime, but the fact is, this is how it should work. The update just took away the lazy gaming, wherein you can murder everything with gas and a simple press of a button. But squad leader, why are you so noob that you did not include primed pressure point on your build? That's another thing that the recent melee change brought to our weapons. Primed pressure point has now become an option of increasing your damage, and condition overload has become the most important mod for melee weapons. Are you nuts, squad leader? What are you saying? Okay, I know that condition overload purely depends on how much status chance you put on target, and obviously, your DPS will have a slow start, even if you have 100% status on your melee weapon. Well, there's a simple fix to that. Like I've said over and over again, 100% status chance is not a necessity right now for your melee weapons. Remember that you can swap from primary or secondary to your melee weapon with the recent changes, and inflicting status procs is really simple if you have a gun that has lots of status chance. There are many guns that can proc a lot of status to the enemies, but Zacti is my all-time favorite, because of its area of effect and easy usage. Plus, it works well against Nullifier Bubble. Honestly, it's the best utility gun right now when it comes to spreading status on enemies fast and easy. To prove my point, let's take for example a dumbly modded Grendel. We all know that Grendel is a pure crit pole arm, and we will try to see if putting condition overload, plus weeping wounds, and 2 dual status mods forming the viral element will be worth it. Okay, let's check out how it performs. Well, that's pretty interesting, but I know you are not here to see Grendel able to kill armored enemies with condition overload. You are here for one reason, and that is to know what are the best melee weapons right after the Old Blood update. To start with, there's the Legion. The whole reason why Legion is still one of the best, right after the most recent melee update, is that it's a pure status weapon. It got a decent total damage distribution, it has an innate attack speed bonus, and most of all, it got a good stance. Yes, stance matter right now, as there are a few stances that allow your melee weapon to be efficient in killing enemies. In the case of Shimmering Blight, it offers constant DPS since its quick attack allows you to hit a target in quick succession. And yes, I almost forgot the fact that Legion can now benefit from Acolyte mods like Blood Rush, since the combo counter can now be raised up much faster. With a few strikes, you can gain constant yellow crit numbers with your Legion. Next on the list, we got Silver and Aegis Prime. Just like Legion, this sword and shield weapon dominates the top chart right now for 2 reasons. It's a status monster, and it got one of the best stances in the game. Not only condition overload works well with this weapon, but its stance actually makes it better. The forward lunging fast attacks of Final Harbinger stance make this weapon much stronger. But honestly, both Legion and Silver and Aegis Prime are nothing compared to the top 2 melee weapons right now. And I promise, you will be shocked what's on the number 1 list. The second best weapon right now in my opinion is the Gram Prime. A weapon which has a balanced critical and status chance distribution, with lots of total damage. What more can you ask for? This is one of my top melee weapons in the past, but I find that only a few frame can make this weapon efficient in killing enemies. That is because, in the past, it was harder to perform combos of the cleaving whirlwind stance. But right now, a simple click forward movement, plus pressing the melee button, will turn you into a Beyblade of Doom. In fact, I consider this weapon right now as the new spin to win. The amount of damage it can dish out while performing the Broken Bull combo is pretty huge, that it can melt a bunch of enemies in a couple of seconds. The top melee weapon right now, in my opinion, is the Nikana Prime with the Blind Justice stance. I too can't believe it at first, and I was shocked when I saw how fast this weapon can kill right now. The quick attacks of Blind Justice make this Nikana a weapon of mass destruction. It becomes unstoppable if you pair it with a viral build, some critical chance and critical damage, attack speed mod, and then, last but not the least, the condition overload mod. Hell, it can even melt enemies fast if it reaches 12 times combo multiplier, without needing the help of my Zakti. That's how powerful Nikana Prime right now, and I best advise that you try it out for yourself. To tell you honestly, I can say that I only scratched the surface of this new melee update, or in general, I only discovered a few interesting stuff within the Old Blood update. I know there are more synergies and awesome stuff that I will discover once I dive in deeper to this update, but for now, I advise that you try out the stuff you have seen on this video. I will be back after my mother's burial, so be ready for more craziness. Thank you all for your kindness and please, pray for my mother's soul. Again, thank you all for watching. Squad Leader signing off.